welcome to the Kesman Pot. No, I'm joking. I'm just going to present it more.
Welcome to Behind the Main podcast. I'm Toni, a barber here at Kesman, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Guray, the founder of Kesman. Our guest today is Danny Howard, one of Radio 1's DJs.
Yes.
Hello, Danny.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, it's nice to have you here.
Pleasure having you here, really.
No, do you know what? I've been coming in your shop for so many years. We've never even talked. This is going to be great.
It's always busy, isn't it? You come and get in your hair.
You're always too busy. You just ignore me when you're busy. Well, you don't ignore me. You're locked in. Just cutting someone's hair, and I'm like, yeah, great. No,
So,
joking.
Danny, for the viewers that don't know who you are, I do have a little summary.
Yeah, do it. I can't wait to hear it.
Okay. Danny has grown from a uni student with local gigs to one of the UK's top dance creators, driving his own label and DJing in the world's biggest clubs and festivals.
Wow, that's quite the summary.
That is
Taking
really
it back
something.
to my roots.
It's crazy though. I was reading those about Danny because I never really went back. I know you're one of the top DJs in the world. I know that.
Try to be.
You're incredible. I love your music, but I've never really went back into your, like your young years. Yeah, I mean you're still young.
No, it's fine.
Like
I'm getting older.
uni years where you started and stuff. It's really interesting, man. You've done amazing.
So when did it start? That's where we really want to know.
Well, look, it was at uni. I went to uni to do sports science and sports psychology because that's what I was always into. Football. I was a gym instructor part-time, but I always wanted to DJ. And that's where I just sort of learned to mix on vinyl decks. I borrowed some of my friend's decks that he wasn't using, taught myself, and then blagged the gig in the student union. And that's literally where it all started. And I remember going, I think I got a Sunday night, which is like the worst night of the week, just to have a trial. I remember getting all my friends down, all my hall friends, my football team. So there was quite a good turnout to what there usually is on a Sunday. And I played a set. And then I got all my friends to go up to the bar manager after and say how good the DJ was.
Oh, amazing.
And then the next day I went back, he was called Kenny. I said, oh, Kenny, thank you so much for the opportunity. I said, I've been getting some really good feedback as well. He went, oh yeah, me too, actually. I was thinking, it's literally all my mates. I've just gone up to him and told him. But that's where it started. And then he sort of gave me more regular slots, and that was it really. And I probably was DJing more than I should have been because I was doing it more than I was going to lectures and studying. But I'm glad that I did because obviously it's led to what I'm doing now. So yeah, Edge Hill University, big up.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the jump from university gigs to radio. Now, you won a competition.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 2011. Radio 1 were running a superstar DJ competition they called, and the prize was to whoever won was to play in Ibiza for their annual Ibiza weekend, which is obviously legendary and an amazing prize in itself. It was at Ushuaia, but it was. I didn't jump straight from uni to that. It was when I left uni the year before, I was like putting on my own parties and I just didn't want to go to like a real like 9-to-5 job. So I just was like DJing in Manchester, Liverpool, Blackpool, where I'm actually from, putting on my own nights. And then when Radio 1 were advertising this competition, all my friends, my sisters, my mum were like, oh, have you heard this thing on Radio 1? You should enter. And I was thinking, yeah, what chance have I got? But fuck it, I'll try. And entered, got down to the last 6, came down to London. It was like an apprentice-style, week-long tasks related around DJing. So like mic, mixing, you had to do a remix. And I just was slowly getting through each day, surviving. And every day someone else got knocked out.
Wow.
And I got to the final, I was like, oh my God, I could actually win this. And then I did. It was a public vote. Still to this day, people come up to me saying, I remember the Radio 1 Breakfast Show when you won that competition. And it's nice because, I feel like people are on the journey with me still. And that was like 2011, so 14 years ago.
Wow.
Played Radio 1 in Ibiza. And there was never the prize was never to get a show on Radio 1. It was just, I think, good timing. Like dance music was really starting to pop off. And they wanted a new DJ to host a new commercial dance show on a Saturday afternoon, and they gave me a few demos, and yeah, it happened from there really. I remember getting the call saying that they're going to give me a show, and yeah, couldn't believe it.
It's
Wow.
crazy though. I trying to practice now and learn about DJing, but I just like mix music. Like
So was I
transition.
though.
Yeah, but you also like produce it and you actually
I wasn't
make
then. I wasn't producing then. I literally was just mixing, putting on parties. Because I remember asking this legendary DJ from Liverpool called Dave Booth, who sadly passed away now, but he was DJing with me at the uni, and I said to him, "What do I need to do to make it big?" And he said, "Well, you need to produce music, or you need to put on your own parties and grow your own community and your own following." I was like, "Well, producing music, well, that'll take too long to learn, so I'll just do this, and I love parties, so I'll just focus on that." So that's what I did, and that's how it got going for me locally.
Don't really well, obviously.
Yeah, but I think the competition was my version of like my lucky break, and everyone has their own opportunity, and I guess I was creating that opportunity for myself by doing the parties and DJing student nights and doing as many gigs as I could. Man, I was doing like birthday parties, weddings, anything I could do just to get behind the decks, and then when that opportunity came, I was ready to take it, I guess. So
Wow.
yeah, so you say you're just mixing, but you never know. Like you'd be DJing in clubs in no time.
Now we're joining the co-DJ together.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it like at Radio 1 behind the scenes?
It's amazing. Every single week when I put the mic up, I think how privileged I am to be there. How I do think I'm lucky to be there, but also like I do work hard every week to make sure that the music's right and the vibe of the show is right, and we're getting the right guests and we're giving the audience what they want, really. But I guess when I first started, it was like a bit strange, and I felt like a bit of an outsider because I listened to Radio 1 like everyone else did.
Yeah.
And Annie, Matt, Pete Tong, Fern Cotton was there, Chris Moyles was there, Scott Mills, all these like Trevor Nelson, Vernon Kay, all these radio legends. All of a sudden, they were my colleagues, and it was like the weirdest situation. Like they're talking to me, and like had no conversation, but in my head, all I can think is, "Oh my God, that's Vernon Kay, that's Trevor Nelson." These guys are my friends now, and it's like, yeah, it's. But I guess what it's like is they're just normal people.
Yeah.
That do amazing things. So.
Is there much prep that goes on before you go on and do your set on your radio?
I'm glad you asked this question, because a lot of people say, so you do a show on a Friday, what do you do for the rest of the week? I'm like, well, I don't just turn up and just like play anything. It's a really lengthy process, because especially the show that I do now, I kind of see it as like a short window to like the biggest dance music in the world, and you can't just wing that. You have to listen to all the new music that week and decide what's going to make it into the show. What tunes are you going to keep playing, keep supporting. And me and my team at Radio 1, we listen to music Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, have a meeting on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, a music meeting to decide what we're going to put in. It's a real like collective effort. It's not just me like, winging anything in. And then we have to make the show split up into different mix sections as well, like pre-mixed, so that I can actually concentrate on what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So that takes time. So it basically takes all week to prep a 2-hour radio show.
I was just going to say, because when I saw that you've got your set on a Friday for 2 hours, I was like, does he just turn up and just straight away off the back of it?
Yeah, no.
No,
I mean,
there's a lot of
you
prep.
can do that. Like, there's a lot of like local radio shows or sort of community radio shows. I mean, I don't want to say that everyone does that, but you can do that.
Yeah.
But radio is different to a DJ set. DJ set is reactive to a crowd, whereas radio is like you have to try and predict what the audience might want based on the remit of whatever your show is. So
We tuned in a couple of times in Farringdon.
Yeah.
And then he gave us a big up.
Yeah.
Couple
Shout
of
outs
times.
I can give reactively. That's
Brilliant.
That was nice.
But yeah, both. It's amazing. I love doing it. I love Radio 1, and I think it plays a very important part in, especially dance music in the culture. And I've just signed on for another 2 years, so I'm there till 2027, and
Wow,
see what happens
amazing.
beyond there. Yeah,
Congrats.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So your life is quite hectic, especially in the summer. Now, I know you go from London to Ibiza, and then you're somewhere else, and then you're here. How do you keep up with this all?
It's a good question, but I guess the easy answer would be that I just love what I do, and you know, you go to play music to make people happy and make people dance and give them a memory and an experience. So yeah, like waiting in an airport for 2-3 hours is a bit annoying and boring, but it's just part of it, because you know it's going to be worth it when you get to your destination. So
Yeah.
But I think what I really respect about you is that you have a very busy schedule, but you always looking fresh.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
He's
I'm
like
trying.
getting his haircut every week.
Yeah.
You know, like his schedule is like you keeping up. Like, you know.
I think you got in these days as well, because obviously for self-confidence and feeling good when you're doing a set is important, but like, you know, in the age where everyone's got a camera in the pocket, and you know, when you DJ, if someone's filming you, you don't want to get tagged in it and think, oh God, all that shit there. Like, but yeah, it's part of the package now. You just, you know, like DJs are brands, and you gotta have your own style musically and aesthetically as well, I guess.
Yeah.
And that comes with a good haircut.
So what do you do to like prep before either going on radio or doing a set?
Very different. I mean, radio, like I say, is just making sure we're picking the right tunes, the biggest tunes, the freshest new tunes, and I think it's hard. It's hard because you are trying to predict what people want, but I guess that's the fun of it. And then people will let you know on messages. Whereas DJing, I kind of have radio's fully prepped. Like I know tomorrow night, Friday night, I know what I'm going to play start to finish, and I know in what order.
Yeah.
The beauty of radio is you do have the flexibility. Like if you think, oh, actually, let's play that, you can do that. Whereas DJ set, I'll probably plan like, depending on the gig, the first 2 or 3 tunes.
Okay.
Because you don't know what the vibe's going to be. You don't know what people are going to be there.
Yeah.
What if they're hating it and you need to switch it up? Like some DJs do make that mistake where they plan like every single track. But if it's not going right, then you need to change it to make sure that it does go right. So
I think what I would want to know is like, obviously you do a lot of prep work as in to prep for the music and what you're going to play and stuff like that. But you are playing to hundreds of thousands of people there. I'm talking more of the DJ part where you're actually facing people and they're listening to your music and you're about to go on the stage. Like, I would want to know, how do you prep with that mentally? You know what I mean by that? Like, it's like what do you do with your like confidence boosting? Do you have some sort of a routine? You go like, right, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm jumping in. Yeah. You know what I mean by that? That for me, that's very daunting. Like walking in front of like hundreds of people. Like, how do you do that?
Do you know what? I don't know. Every DJ is different, and I know DJs that are physically sick before they go on stage because they're so nervous. I know other DJs who do have certain rituals or things that they do to prepare themselves, whether that be have a few shots of tequila or pace up and down the backstage for a bit. I think I've been doing it so long, and I don't know. I get more excited to get in front of people.
Okay, that's great.
Which is weird because socially I'm quite an introvert, but when it comes to DJing, I love it so much that I just want to get on and as soon as possible, really. But I think, you know, having a good outfit, good haircut, looking the part, I think is important because for self-confidence, because when you get on there, you're sort of halfway there. Someone said that to me once. It was actually when I played football. This guy said to me, always make sure that you're looking good and you're not looking scruffy. Everything's in the right place, and because if you look good, then you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Not strictly true. You know, just because you've got a great outfit and a good haircut doesn't mean you're going to be an amazing DJ. But I guess it's like the point is
you're there as the best version of yourself.
Exactly. So then you can there's no distractions. You can go on feeling confident and do your things.
Focus on the music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
it is important, that side of things. But yeah, people always ask me that question about getting nervous before a DJ set, and it's no is the answer.
That's really.
But not
Has it always been like that though? Have you always like not got anxious, or you've just gone and done
I'm trying
it?
to think of a time where I have.
Well, shall we go back to your first Ibiza gig that when you won that
Yeah, do you know
competition?
what? That wasn't because I was first on, so I actually went on to know people, and it was like filling up. So it was quite amazing to just watch the venue fill up.
Okay.
So like by the time it was full, I was already like half an hour, 45 minutes into the set. So I was kind of like softly launched into it. I guess the only time I get stressed is when technical things happen. Yes. If the music cuts out, or when my first gig that we talked about in my student union, I didn't actually know how to DJ properly on deck. So I had like a controller that was connected to my laptop, and it was so temperamental. Like I'd have to restart my laptop every so often, so I'd have like an emergency CD that I'd just play quickly whilst I restarted my laptop. So stuff like that would give me anxiety. But the actual playing of the music.
Quick.
It's like, quick, get the emergency CD on. Funny actually, Greg James from Radio 1, he played our Freshes, and I was the resident DJ, and the laptop, I was working after him, the laptop wouldn't work, and I was like, shit, and he was there, and he was very kind to me. He opened his CD wallet, as it was back then. We're talking like 2008, 2009. So CDs it was, and he gave me a CD out of his thing, and he said, "There you go, mate." Also didn't know him. It was like, what was it? I think it was Calvin Harris and Rihanna. Put that on, and then he went. But I was left with this CD, and this is obviously like 2 or 3 years before I joined Radio 1. So then when I joined, I was like, "Do you remember Edgehill University? I was the resident DJ that you saved my arse because we had a full room. And my laptop wasn't working, so I couldn't DJ. And you gave me this CD. I should have kept it really, but yeah." So yeah, just technical stuff really.
So going back to fashion, like you said that you like to look good before going on. You've been in this industry now a long time. So when you look back at the fashion, how it was till now, can you go back to any like disasters that you've been near? Or have you had like a bad hair day just before you've done a set?
For everything pre-2022, I've only recently really feel comfortable and confident in the clothes that I'm choosing and wearing. I'm just like, like a normal lad from Blackpool, t-shirt and jeans is fine. I wasn't really paying any attention. And for me, it was all like, it's just about the music, as long as the music's good, which is right. But actually, since I've been consciously making an effort with fashion and to try and look good, it's just made the whole experience a whole lot better. I feel better. I feel like people take you a bit more seriously in an annoying way, because I think that shouldn't be the reason, but they do.
Yeah.
And pictures look better, videos look better, and it's just
even like us, in the barbershops. I always tell the guys, you've got to look apart, because when someone come and get a haircut from you, they also look at you. Yeah. Is this guy has a good eye to dress himself, because he's going to give me a haircut? It's important that I think it shows us that I know what I'm doing. I look good in this, and I can make you look good. Yeah. And I think it plays a big role, isn't it?
100%. Yeah. It really does. And do you ever cut someone's hair where they're not dressed well, and does that affect how you cut it?
No, I don't think so. Because once we've got the gown on them, that's it. You are just focused fully on what you're doing.
Which is how it should be for music, I think, but it's not.
I think generally, I think it affects your overall state of mind during the day, not just specifically in that moment of cutting hair. I would say when you are dressed really well, you feel like you are 100% yourself, and if you're not really feeling what you're wearing and you don't really care, and I feel like you haven't reached your best potential of yourself.
I agree.
And when you are in that best potential, you perform better in I think, in every industry. It doesn't have to be cutting hair or DJ, in anything really, in your relationship, in your, in every part of the sort of life, day-to-day life. I think people can perform so much better.
100%. And I remember reading in 50 Cent's book randomly. I don't know why I read that in lockdown, but he said something that stuck with me, and it was like, okay, yeah, looking good is important, and people will take you more seriously. And even if you can't afford the latest designer clothes, you can definitely afford an iron. And I think since I read that, I'm like obsessed. Like I'm always ironing. Like if everything's, I'm like even now I'm looking at my trousers. I'm like, oh. But yeah, I think it also stems from my dad. My dad was a policeman, and they were very regimented and strict with like how things were like ironed and suits and stuff. So, but then I read that, I was like, it's so true. Like you don't have to spend thousands of pounds on clothes to look good and presentable.
That's cool. So your dad was a policeman. Do you think that kind of gave you a bit of sort of watching him and learning about discipline, that the way he kept himself, and also the consistency day to day? Because
I think so, yeah. I mean, he was also a massive procrastinator, which I also am. So I don't know. Well, maybe, yeah. The discipline side of it, definitely. So and the work ethic, 100%. So because even before Radio 1, like I always had a big work ethic, and I was a grafter for sure.
Well, it sounds like it from knowing your schedule and what you do. You don't seem to stop. I don't know where you get time to sleep.
I don't at the moment. On planes, I'm just used to sleeping like vertical, like just upright on a plane. So, but it's all good.
Do you ever get fans come up to you and be like, "Oh, love that set," or "Love how you're dressed," or "Love your hair, it's so like on point"?
Sometimes, yeah. Where'd you get a haircut? I'm like, Kesman, get yourself down there. But sometimes, yeah. I think the beauty of being on radio is that not many people know your face from radio. But then when I'm on a plane or talk to someone, what do you do? Oh, a DJ, where do you play? And then you explain, then you get into the what radio station? And as soon as you say Radio 1,
was that you?
And then it's like, and that I always love it, to be fair, because it shows people listen, and what we're doing that is having an impact, which is great. But someone did say to me the other week in Mallorca, like, do you get your hair cut every week? And I'm like, yeah, I think I do actually nowadays, because I go for the skin fade as well. It's like, as soon as it grows a little bit, I'm like, I need to get back in there. So, and yeah, thank you for always being so accommodating. I'm always like last minute on the app or even ringing, like you squeeze me in, and yeah, you always manage to get me in. So thank you.
We got to make sure you're fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever get any negative feedback or comments, and how do you deal with that?
Nothing that affects me. And how do I deal with it? Just don't let it get to you. I think if someone's got something negative to say, then that's their problem, not mine. And
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that because you're
it's a
following.
great way to look, isn't it?
Yeah, like your following on Instagram is huge.
It's
I was
not
going
bad,
through
but
some of your, and you've got like thousands of comments. So do you go through and read them?
No, I don't go through all of it, because
Okay.
I don't know. I try and focus on like things that like are meaningful to me. But I do see everything, like most things, and most of it's positive, I think.
Yeah.
And if anyone has anything bad to say, sometimes I can't remember the last time I did it, but like if I replied to it, then more often than not they will reply positively after that, because I think they just don't expect you to see it or expect you to reply. But look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I just think I've learned as I've got a bit older that not to stress over things that are out of your control, because
I love that.
Otherwise it's just wasted energy. And if someone has a negative thing to say with what you do, then like I say, that's their opinion. So
I love that. That's really good.
and if you listen to everything that's negative, then you're just never gonna make any progress. So.
Yeah, very true, actually.
So if there's somebody that's watching this now and they want to get into DJing or being on radio, what advice can you give them?
I think if you want to be a big DJ touring, then you need to learn to produce music. going back to what I said earlier about that legendary Liverpool DJ that told me you need to produce or do your own parties. I think that is still true today. But, if you can do both, especially the music side, then that's what's going to give you the best chance. And just be prepared to wait a long time for it to happen. Never give up because you don't know how close you are to actually having your moment. And just do everything you can. Look who is at a similar level to you. Look at the competition. Make sure you're at least matching that, and then doing a little bit more.
I took everything on board, by the way.
Yeah, it is harder than ever. I honestly don't know if I was just getting into it now that I'd have what it takes, but I'd give it a good go for sure.
Yeah.
And like my girlfriend, actually, I don't know if she's mentioned, she probably hate me for mentioning this, but she's at the start of her journey and she's making music, she's learning, she's getting really good as well. She's just had a release on a legendary label, Nervous Records, who've released big artists over the years, and really influential house music label. And she's like, right, where are the gigs? I'm like, it doesn't happen. Like, you just need to be like consistently releasing and just working at it, and it takes time. So yeah. So I guess my advice, in a nutshell, is learn to produce music. Community is so important. Build your own following. Collaboration with other artists, producers who are at a similar level to you is also a good way of doing it.
Can we talk about producing for a moment? Because you don't just DJ, obviously you produce. How hard is that? And where do you get these ideas? Where do you pick up these inspirations?
Other music really is listening to other music, and if there's something that you like in a track, then it's like trying to recreate it, but in your own unique way, I guess. And also, I think having your own music, whether it be a full production or a remix or an edit of a track that's big that you like, gives you a bit of an identity when you're DJing as well. Because you can obviously just play other people's records, which traditionally what DJing is.
Yeah.
But now it's not just DJing; it's about being an artist. It's like everyone has access to every song in the world now. So how are you gonna give something different? And that's by putting your own stamp on your own music, really. So,
that must be an amazing feeling, though, to have something of your own and it does really well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's literally. My position is a bit more unique because of my Radio 1 background. I don't fully rely on my music. In fact, I don't really rely on my music to get me gigs. I've just built up over a long time my name in the scene, and obviously with my ties to Radio 1 help. But it's something that I'm going to be focused on more now because I want to get further afield, over to America more. So music's something that I'm really focusing on at the moment. So watch your space for more new music from me. Yeah,
I love that. So it's going to add more to your schedule.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I know you said it's busy, but I want to, winter time where it's a bit quiet, I'd like to just use that time to get over to America more, and maybe Asia, and tour worldwide, not just UK and Europe.
Yeah, lovely. So when I talk about your schedule, can you tell the viewers what a week looks like for you? Because I know what a week looks like for you. So can you explain to them?
It's different every week, but it's at the moment, as we're recording, this week it was Monday Ibiza, Tuesday Mallorca, Wednesday came home, Thursday I came here for this and did a load of other things. Then tomorrow I do Radio 1. Saturday I fly to Dublin to DJ. Sunday I come home and get a fresh suitcase of clothes and do it all again. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm also planning radio shows, running my record label, and trying to make music as well, all on my laptop, on the road, airport lounges, back of Ubers, hotel rooms. Yeah, wherever my laptop is, that's where my office is. So
That is
And hopefully
insane.
get a
What
couple of
life.
hours sleep.
hopefully a few hours sleep, yeah.
Is it get on the plane, go to sleep?
Sometimes, I try and use that to that's where I can make music actually, because I've got no distractions. So actually I really enjoy flying at the moment because I can just
Switch
focus
off
on-
and
focus on
focus.
music
Yeah,
and
because
no
there's nothing else you
Because
can
I'm so
do.
easily distracted with emails or WhatsApp, and So yeah, that's what the plane is my studio at the moment.
That's so cool.
So for anyone that sits next to you, they're like, oh God, no, don't talk.
No, it's fine. I try and sleep sometimes, but I used to watch Netflix, but then I realised I wasn't really being productive with music, so now I just make tunes.
So what's the best set that you've ever played, and where was it?
People ask this a lot, and I'm always like, I don't know, because I'm so lucky to have played so many. Like Glastonbury last week was incredible. I played this stage called Arcadia, which was a dream. It's one of the coolest stages I think I've ever played. And I think you're only as good as your last set, which I'm not trying to cop out here, but it's true. You're only as good as your last radio show, only as good as your last set. So I always try and make sure I give my all to everything, every single set. But I think the most memorable one, when I look back, will be Sydney in Australia, New Year's Eve last year, so 23 into 24. I was playing just before midnight, and then Carl Cox came on. He's my DJ hero.
Oh, yeah.
So I handed over to him, and he even got on the mic and gave me a shout out, and it was all recorded and live streamed. And some of my best friends moved to Australia, so I never get to see them, and they all came. They were in Melbourne, but they came to Sydney. And I remember just looking around going, wow. I mean, the other side of the DJ and music has brought me to the other side of the world. I'm DJing in this huge club called the Ivy with my DJ hero, with my best friends, bringing in the new year.
That's a dream.
I was like, fuck. So I think that one will be the most memorable. Yeah.
I was going to ask, who are your idols? Like, who did you aspire to be or to look up to?
Carl Cox was probably the one I always wanted to be like, because it's amazing that he's still going now. And Pete Tong, I'm not just saying that because of Radio 1, but I used to listen to his show religiously. Like, his show was like literally the shop window to all new dance music back in the day, in the 90s, all through the noughties, because there was no Spotify, there was no TikTok or Instagram. I don't even think it was MySpace. It was like Pete Tong's radio show. These are all the new, hottest dance records you need to know about. So I used to listen to his show religiously, and when I got into radio, I was like, I would like to not be him, because I think it's important to be yourself, but like an element of what he does, an element of and the energy of what Zane Lowe did, and the sort of warmth and cheekiness that Scott Mills, and they're the three radio presenters that I try and use as my references for my own presenting style.
Yeah.
Carl Cox for DJing, and definitely Pete for radio.
That's so interesting. You say, like, obviously there's no social media, and obviously there wasn't. But when you got into the music world till now, how have you seen, because obviously social media has become more present. So from going back to then till now, how do you think it has progressed? Like, do you think it has changed a lot? Do you think that there's still a lot of old music coming through? Or is that kind of fading out now and you have got your newer music?
I think it's more older music than ever, because I think a lot, like, new generations are discovering, like on TikTok, I'm like seeing so many old tunes like, all the time. Like, my little sister's 21 and like one of her favourite bands is like the Beatles. I'm like, what? It's just like, I think the younger generations now are just they're so exposed to all the music that's ever been that they're discovering old as well as new, which I think is amazing.
That's good. Social
media's changed the game for sure. I think it's amazing how someone can be like a overnight success, I guess. Educational wise, if you want to learn to produce, go on YouTube and learn. Literally, there's all the videos are there.
That's what I've been doing, really.
Yeah.
I learn a lot from YouTube.
Honestly, if you want to learn to produce, just live on YouTube. And yeah, it's changed a lot, but I think for the better. It's just a different landscape. Each got to adapt.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Brilliant. So where do you see yourself in the future? Like, what's coming up for you?
I don't know. I would like to obviously continue in music and DJing. I just love DJing, and everything that I do is centered around that. That's like the central thing. So radio feeds into it, music, my label, my parties, it's all I do all that so I can DJ, literally. So I'll just keep doing that for as long as I can get away with. But as I've taken on different roles in the scene, you know, I'll definitely stay in music for sure. And I've got a few other things going on outside of music as well, like business stuff, but that's all like boring.
Well, Danny, we love listening to you, and I'm sure the viewers at home do as well. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Well,
and
thank you for making me look good all the time. With that.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on the
much
show
for
as
coming.
well.
Oh no, it's a pleasure. And you know, when I do get these tunes out and I'm starting to go to America and Australia and Asia more, I need you to come with me, Guray, so you can like keep me looking sharp.
Fresh trim.
We are expanding as well, so by the time you go to States, we may be there.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Brilliant. Thank you so much,
great.
Danny.
Thank
It's
you
been
so
great
much,
having
Danny.
you on.
No worries.
Thank you.